Hi everyone and welcome.
We're from the Office for Human Research Protections, or OHRP, at HHS. I'm Reed Peters.
And I'm Olive Harris. Together we're going to walk you through the Federal-Wide Assurance, or FWA, application process. We created this tutorial primarily for institutions that have never held an FWA, but if you're updating an existing one, you'll find this helpful too.
So, what are we going to cover? We'll start with what's new in the application, then go over the basic requirements and the information you'll need to have on hand.
Then, Reed will walk you through the online application step by step. We'll also talk about renewals and share some tips to help you avoid common pitfalls. You can use the video timestamps in the description to jump to any section.
Sounds good. Let's get started.
What's new in FWA requirements?
First, let's talk about what we've updated. In March of 2026, we launched a revised FWA application. Our goal was to reduce unnecessary burden by implementing provisions in the revised Common Rule and adopting other clarifications. If you're filing for the first time since then, just be sure to carefully review the updated application form and instructions on our website. Now, let's briefly go over what the FWA actually is. An assurance of compliance is a formal, written commitment. When an institution is engaged in HHS-supported human subjects research, they submit this document to us, committing to follow our regulations in 45 CFR Part 46. The specific type of assurance we use is the Federal-Wide Assurance, or FWA. In short, if your institution is engaged in this type of research, you need an active FWA. FWAs are for institutions, not for individual researchers or institutional review boards, IRBs. Also, having an FWA isn't a certification of compliance. It's your institution's binding promise to uphold the regulations. You can find more details, including the full terms of the FWA, on our website. We've put a QR code and the link on screen for you.
Information needed for the FWA application.
Thanks, Olive. So, before we dive into the system, let's get organized. You'll need a few key pieces of information. First, you need to know if your institution has ever filed an FWA before. If you have, you'll be submitting an update or renewal. If you haven't, it's a new application. If you're not sure, it's easy to check in our public database. Once you know that, here's the specific information you'll need to gather. First, the full legal name and location of your institution. If you plan to list any component organizations, like different campuses that are part of the same legal entity, you'll need their legal names and locations too. Next, you'll need the name, address, and phone number of your Human Protections Administrator, or HPA. This is the person we'll contact as the primary point of contact for your Human Research Protection Program. And finally, you'll need the same information for your signatory official, or SO. This is the person who is authorized to act for the institution and to commit the institution and any listed component organizations to the terms of the FWA.
Application process and renewal requirements.
Most institutions will apply online using our electronic system. If your institution truly cannot apply electronically, please reach out to us at the email on your screen. Once you submit your application, we review it. We may reach out with questions. If everything meets our requirements, we'll approve it, and your FWA will be active for 5 years. If your institution continues to engage in research requiring an assurance, you'll need to apply for renewal before it expires. So, after we approve your FWA, make sure to keep a copy. It will have the expiration date and unique 8-digit FWA number. You'll need that number, along with the last names of your SO and HPA for any future renewals. Also, you must submit an update within 90 days of certain changes. These changes include a change to the institution's legal name, a new Human Protections Administrator, or a new signatory official. One last thing on timing. Any approved renewal or update restarts that 5-year clock.
Step-by-step walkthrough, Part 1.
All right, now we're ready for the step-by-step walkthrough. Let's start from the very beginning. We'll use this link, which is specifically for institutions that have never been assigned an FWA number. The very first step is to get a submission number. Think of it as your key to access the online application. And here's the most important thing to remember: that key only works for 30 days. If you don't submit the application within 30 days, the system automatically withdraws it. If that happens, you need to request a new submission number. Please don't request multiple numbers for the same institution. Just use one. To request that number, go to ohrp.cit.nih.gov/efile/FWA-start.aspx. Then click the button that says, Start a new FWA application. I need a submission number. A new page will open. Here, enter the email address of the person who will be managing this submission. Then, create a password. Make sure your password has at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, and one number or special character. It needs to be between 7 and 15 characters long. Then, click Submit. Right after you submit that request, you'll get an automatically generated email. It will contain your submission number and a link to log in. Check the inbox for the email you provided. You should get it almost instantly. If you don't see it within an hour, be sure to check your junk or spam folders. If it's still not there, just email us at irbofrfwa@hhs.gov and we'll help you out. Once you have it, save that submission number and remember that password. You'll need them both to get back into your application. A quick but important point: this submission number and password are temporary. They're just for this one application. Once we approve your FWA, they won't work anymore. So every time you apply for a new FWA, update one, or renew one, you'll need to get a brand new submission number and create a new password.
Step-by-step walkthrough, Part 2.
But what if you misplace that number before you finish? No problem. Just go back to the start page at ohrp.cit.nih.gov/efile/FWA-start.aspx. Click the link that says, I forgot my FWA application submission number and/or password. Enter the email you used and hit Submit. We'll send that information right back to you. Once you have your number and password, you're ready to proceed. Go back to that same page, click I have a submission number, and enter them to log in. And if you need to step away, you can click Save and Exit at any time and come back later. Just keep that 30-day deadline in mind. The clock is ticking from the day you got your submission number.
Completing the application tabs walkthrough.
Now you're in. You'll see a series of tabs at the top of the application. Let's go through them one by one. Be sure to fill in all the required fields. The first tab is Institution. Here, you'll enter the full legal name of your institution and its location. We recommend avoiding abbreviations. Next is the Components tab. This one is optional. If your institution has legal components operating under different names, you can list them here. Just make sure your signatory official has the authority to act for them. And remember, this is for organizations, not for individual researchers. The Applicability tab contains an important statement about when the FWA applies. Please take a moment to read it. The Assurance of Compliance tab is where you'll formally review your institution's commitment. Read the statement, and you can follow the link to review the full terms of the FWA. By submitting, your institution is assuring us that it will comply. The Institutional Review Boards, or IRBs, tab states that your institution will only use IRBs that are registered with OHRP to review HHS-supported or conducted research covered by the FWA. The HPA tab is where you'll enter the details for your Human Protections Administrator. This should be the person who has comprehensive knowledge of your institution's Human Research Protection Program. After filling that out, click Save and Continue to move on. Now the SO tab. This is for your signatory official. Be sure to include their formal job title. This must be someone with the authority to act for the whole institution, typically a president, CEO, chancellor, or someone in a similar high-level role. A box needs to be checked to indicate the signatory official's agreement to the terms of the FWA. After entering all the information, Click Save and Continue on each screen. Once you're done, you'll land on the Summary page. Review everything on the Summary page carefully. If it all looks correct, go ahead and click Submit and Print. Your browser will show a confirmation. From this final screen, you can print a copy of your application for your records. Make a note of your submission number 1 last time.
Review, common questions, and approval timeline.
Thanks, Reed. So you've hit submit. What happens next? Our goal is to review every submitted application within 10 business days. That's our target. But it's always a good idea to build in a little extra time, just in case we have some questions for you. If we do have questions, an OHRP reviewer will typically reach out by email to the submitter, the HPA, and the SO. We might ask for more information or require a revision. To help things go smoothly, let's go over a few common issues we see. First, duplicate records. Sometimes an institution will submit a new application when they actually have an existing FWA they need to renew. So again, please check the public database first if you're unsure. Second, we sometimes see component organizations listed that appear to be legally separate from the applicant institution. Remember, components must be part of the same legal entity. And third, questions about signatory official authority. Sometimes a job title isn't enough to show that someone has the legal authority to commit the institution. If it's not clear from the title, we may ask for written clarification. If we have questions and the applicant isn't responsive, we may withdraw the application after 30 days. You can always check the status of a pending application online. Once your application is approved, you'll get a confirmation email. It will have your approved FWA attached. Please keep that copy in your records and make a note of the expiration date.
Updates, renewals, and important reminders.
Thanks, Olive. The process for updating or renewing an FWA is very similar to what we just walked through. You can find the specific instructions for updates and renewals at the link on your screen. Here are a few final important reminders. First, remember that your submission number is only valid until we process your application. It closes out once the FWA is approved. You must request a new submission number and create a new password each time you interact with the system. Please do not try to update or renew an FWA while you have another submission pending for your organization. And finally, a new FWA or any changes to an existing one are not official until we have reviewed and approved them. You'll get that confirmation email from us.
Conclusion and contact information.
Well, that concludes our review of the FWA application process.
We hope you found this tutorial helpful. You can visit our website at hhs.gov/OHRP for more information.
And if you have specific questions about FWAs or IRBs, please feel free to email us at irbofwa@hhs.gov. We're here to help.
Thanks for watching.